Welcome back to another video. So let's take a look over here. We have the available resolutions for Hitem3D. We're going to see that the last one, which will be the Pro, this will also have the print ready function over here, and this with texture will be 70 credits, while the previous one, which will also have the same, let's say, high resolution, would only be 50 with texture, and without texture 40. Now, in order to compare those, I already generated two models. This will be the first one. As you can see, this will be with the Pro one, which is entitled to be print ready. And this will be the output. Usually, if it's intended to be print ready, mostly the geometry will be the most important. And we're going to see over here, we're going to have that eagle ornament. We're going to have those talons above of that shield. So overall, it's quite well detailed. We're also going to see over here those stars. So initially they should be like this. If you're going to check the reference again, we're going to see that actually those three stars will not be connected in terms of geometry. But actually over here, if I'm going to enable this, the texture off, we're going to see how those will be linked together. So this requires additional work if you want to have those separated, but you can easily go within Blender, for example, and you can smooth those out. Now I will go and download this as an FBX in order to compare it with the other model. Because I'm curious if it's worth the extra credits to go for this print ready model, or we can just stick with the normal one, which will have the same resolution. Now, this is the other one. As you can see, the stars will be overlapped over here as well. But other than that, the model will look quite similar, at least from this perspective. This is why I want to download this and add this to wrap in order to inspect the geometry. Now I'm going to download this as an FBX as well, so let's hit download. And we're going to have those models ready. I'm going to start GeoMagic over here, and let's start the analysis between those two. So GeoMagic should now start. I have it over here. So I'm going to go and I will initially import the first one. So from downloads, I can also import both at the same time. So this will be Hitem3D 10. We see over here in terms of file size, they will be quite similar. So only 0.3 megabytes difference between those two. The first one was the one entitled Pro, so that will be Hitem Model 10 in my case. I'm gonna go and I will also name those in GeoMagic once that those models will be loaded. So we have them over here within GeoMagic. They will be overlapped like this. So if I'm gonna hide 10 and 11, they will be overlapped. So the first one will be the one which will be the Pro. And this will be, let's say, the normal resolution. I'm just gonna rename this normal. Now I will only keep the normal one over here. I will no longer rotate the model, but I will rotate within the viewport so we can better analyze this. We see the total number of triangles, so close to 2 million. For the Pro one, it will actually have less than the normal one. So keep in mind that they intend this to be print ready. So let's go ahead and do the mesh analysis on this one. I'm just going to disable the texture so we can better analyze the model. And we can see already that with the texture off, the fine details over here on the feather, on the wings of the eagle will be quite detailed. So let's enable Mesh Doctor and see what kind of geometry we're going to obtain. And we're going to see over here that for this print ready, we're only going to have 35 small tunnels. I can go ahead and I can cycle through those. So over here, we're going to have a small tunnel that will connect the following two feathers. Over here as well, So mainly since the geometry for this is quite complex for those feathers, we're gonna have those. Over here, again, this will connect the feathers. I'm gonna enable the clipping plane so we can better visualize this. Again, a location with the feathers. So most likely all of those, let's say small tunnels will be in regions like this. I'm just gonna cycle to those quite fast so we can better see those. This location will be somewhere on the back. So we have over here the following small tunnel. Again, this doesn't mean that this isn't print ready, but usually you should also have this processed. If you intend to have this maybe manufactured on a CNC, made it out of wood or metal, it will be mandatory that you can fix all of these problems so that there will be no further problems during the manufacturing process for this. Because usually some manufacturing CAD solutions or computer-aided manufacturing CAM we require the model to have this kind of problems fixed before. Okay, we have over here the following clipping plane. So where that shield will be connected on the back. And this will be the last one, which will be actually located over here, where we have those bottom ornaments. So overall, we're gonna see that the model has only few problems, so only some small tunnels. This is print ready as stated within that, but let's also check the total number of spikes and high creases. So it will be like this: 301 highly creased edges, spikes, 140,000 over here. So overall, the mesh looks really good. Now, I want to compare this with the other model, so I'm gonna hit cancel. I'm just gonna keep those values in mind, so I can also make a small print screen over here to have those. So let's go to the normal model, which will be this one. We're also gonna see that there are some slight deviations between these two models. And now one of them will be slightly scaled. So we see that the Pro one is a little bit elongated, in this case on the y-axis, as you can see it over here. But it's on the axis that will go vertically. And that can be visible over here on the talons as well. And the overall shape will be a little bit larger. Now let's hide the Pro version. And for the normal one, I will disable the texture. And I will enable Mesh Doctor to see if the mesh will be, in this case, with more problems. And we're going to see that the total number of small tunnels in this case will be larger, so 66, almost double the amount that we previously had. We can go ahead and we can go and cycle this, and we're going to see that most of them will be again within the feathers, just like previously. But I saw that some will be on the main hawk head ornament as we saw over there within the previous. So we see over here that there are some areas highlighted with red over here on the beak of the eagle. So yeah, the other model outputted overall a better geometry. But we can easily fix this either over here within GeoMagick, or you can use something free like Blender to work on that. I just want to check quickly the spikes. So in this case, we're going to see a total number of spikes will be less. That means the model will not try to input so many details. But regarding the highly creased edges, we have 489 compared to 301 previously. So overall, not sure exactly if the model created using the Pro version will be that higher detailed than the one using the normal one. As you can see over here, they will be quite the same in terms of triangles. And all of those can be easily fixed in post-production. So this was a comparison between the two models. And in my opinion, both output really good 3D models over here. And I will use the other tools. So Tripo and Rodin using the same reference image over here with the eagle on top of that wooden shield to see what will have the best output. In this case, we see that the overall the texture will require some fine tuning. We're gonna see some areas on this shield that will not have those. Again, those can easily be fixed using Blender, using direct 3D painting within Blender. Over here as well, on the eagle, let's say beak and mouth over here, so that can also be easily fixed. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. Let me know in the comment section what is your opinion regarding this. Should we use the flagship Pro model over here for the resolution, or can we keep this one, which will be cheaper in terms of credit, and we saw that the output was quite similar. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. You're gonna find a similar video on the left side, and I will also add a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.